Hello, my dear friends. A very warm welcome to Raman Tutorial for English. My dear friends, this is Ramakant from Tumkur. Hi, dear friends. In this video, we are going to learn one of the most important topics for all types of competitive exams. At the same time, one of the most complicated topics in English grammar, that is simple sentence, complex sentence and compound sentence. My dear friends, we are going to learn this complicated topic in an easy explanation through formula, my dear friends. My dear friends, first of all, before learning how to convert a simple to complex, a simple to compound, or a complex to compound, a complex to simple, or a compound to simple or complex, we are going to learn what is a simple sentence, what is a complex sentence, what is a compound sentence. First and foremost, we must understand how a simple sentence is, how a complex sentence is, and how a compound sentence is. Later, in the next video, we are going to discuss how to convert from one sentence to other sentence, how to transform from simple sentence to complex sentence or compound sentence. So like that we are going to learn about that. First of all, we must understand how a simple sentence is, how a complex and how a compound sentence is. So first and foremost, we are going to learn what is a simple sentence. So here you can see what is a simple sentence. So let us go through the definition. A simple sentence has the most basic elements that make it a sentence. So three most basic elements it has. So which wants to make a sentence. What are the three basic elements? See, my dear friends, if you want to call it a sentence or a simple sentence, there must be one subject, at the same time one at least verb, and a complete thought should be there. My dear friends, there must be one subject, a verb and a complete thought. So apart from this, there might be there, but if you want to call a sentence as a simple sentence, there must be one subject, at the same time one verb, my dear friends. Subject and predicate must be there. At the same time, that sentence should give complete thought. Then we can call it as a simple sentence. About this, we are going to learn through formula in a little bit later, my dear friends. See, a simple sentence can also be referred to as an independent clause. A simple sentence can also be referred to as an independent clause, because an independent clause is a clause which is a group of words which are subject and verb. At the same time, it gives independent meaning. It can stand on its own without depending on other clauses. That's why here a simple sentence is also can be called as an independent clause, my dear friends. It is to refer to as independent because while it might be a part of a compound or complex sentence, it can also stand by itself as a complete sentence. That's why an independent clause also can be called as simple sentence, my dear friends. My dear friends, now let us go and learn how a simple present tense is. We have to learn a formula of a simple sentence. So what is a formula of a simple sentence? See, my dear friends, here is a formula of a simple sentence. What is that formula? So there must be with or without phrase. I mean, before the subject, there might be a phrase, or there might be a phrase, there might not be a phrase. With or without phrase. A phrase is what? A phrase is group of words. Group of words which should give a sense or some meaning, which has some meaning. Group of words which has some meaning, we can call it as phrase. There might be adverbial phrase, noun phrase, or you can adjective. So number of phrases, adverbial time, adverbial place, etc., etc. phrases are there. So if in a simple sentence there might be one phrase or without phrase before the subject. So some sentences can contain with phrase, some sentences can contain without phrase. At the same time, subject. Subject should be there. This is very, very important. If you want to call a simple sentence, there must be subject and verb. So this is optional. There might be a phrase or might not be a phrase. So this is after that phrase with or without phrase, then subject, then verb should be there. Then if it is needed, you can use object or complement or with or without phrase. This is the formula of a simple sentence. So if you want to write a simple, very simple sentence, just you can write subject and verb. If you want to write a little bit bigger than that, you can write subject and object. Then if you want to write much more bigger, subject, object and complement. Then if you want to write much more bigger sentence, then subject, verb, object or complement, and with a phrase you can write, my dear friends. About this we are going to learn. If you want to make much more bigger simple sentence, then you can use another phrase before the subject. Again, in a simple sentence, you can use more than one object, you can use more than one complement, you can use more than one phrase, you can use before the subject more than one phrase, my dear friends. So, if you learn the art of writing this, your paragraph, your language gets much more improved. Okay, this is a simple sentence. So let us go and learn through formulas, my dear friends. So simple sentence has number of patterns. So I already told you subject verb, what you can call subject verb pattern, subject verb object pattern, or only subject and verb object pattern, subject verb complement pattern. So like this. So let us go and learn with some more examples, my dear friends. See here, pattern number 1. So see, in the pattern number 1, a simple sentence can be in this only subject and verb. For example, the birds is subject, fly is object. She sings. At the same time, he goes, he plays. So like this, number of examples we can give, my dear friends. A subject and verb also can give complete meaning. See here, so if you want to call it as a basic element, a sentence, so it has basic elements. What is that basic element? One is subject, other one is verb. If it is needed, if you want, you can add verb or complement or whatever it may be, but it should give complete meaning. See, my dear friends, here the birds fly. Basic elements it has one subject, one verb. At the same time, it gives complete meaning. That's why this is a simple sentence, my dear friends. Let us go and learn with the pattern number 2. See here, pattern number 2 also. So in the pattern number 1, we have only subject and verb. But here in the pattern number 2, we had one more addition. What is that? Subject, verb and object, and then it gives complete meaning. She sings a song. She sings a song which has all the basic elements: subject, verb, and object. At the same time, all the three or four group of words which gives complete meaning. That's why this is a simple sentence. My dear friends, I give a pen. He told a story. They are watching movie. These are the examples for pattern 2, my dear friends. So let us go and learn little bit bigger of simple sentence. A simple sentence can have subject, verb and complement. Without what I can call object also we can frame a simple sentence. Subject, verb and complement. He walks slowly. He learns easily. He learns a lesson easily. Again, with object and complement you can frame. So he cries loudly. The child cries loudly. So these are the examples for pattern number 3, my dear friends. What is that pattern number 3 has? So one subject, one verb and complement. So at the same time you must show, that means you must understand, my dear friends, every pattern should have one subject, one verb. So these are all optional. What are optional? Complement is optional, object is optional, phrase is also an optional. May be used, may not be used. Totally, it should give complete meaning. So even if you use all the three, it gives complete meaning. That's why this is also a simple sentence, my dear friends. So let us go and learn the pattern number 4. So here pattern 4, it shows little bit bigger than before patterns. So why you can say little bit bigger than before patterns? See, pattern number 1 has only subject and verb. Pattern number 2 has subject, object. Pattern number 3 has complement. But here pattern number 4 has one subject, one verb, object number 1, object number 2. In a sentence, there might be 2 or more objects. 1 or more objects there might be there. There might be 1 or more complements might be there. Even without complement also we can make a sentence. Without object we can make a sentence. Maybe even a sentence can contain more than one object, my dear friends. Say, my dear friends, in this sentence we have 2 objects, subject, verb. Me is one object, some books is another object. So you can ask, how can we find out whether it is an object or not? So I already told you in my previous videos, so if you frame a WH question to get object part or after the verb part as answer, if that question, to get that particular information, if that information answers to the question who or what, then what happens? It answers. So then you can easily understand that there is an object. So for this type of pattern we can give number of examples. So you yourself you can try while giving examples. For example, I tell him a story. We purchase some books for children. So these are all some examples for pattern number 4, my dear friends. At the same time, let us go and learn with the pattern number. Another pattern also it has. What is that? Subject, verb, complement and phrase. A sentence may have a subject, verb, complement and phrase. Even object also can have, no problem. He went to market. He is the subject, went is the verb, to market is complement, for bringing book is a phrase. Phrase is a group of words which gives a sense. It has some sense. So for example, for bring some books are the group of words. It's not a word. It has this phrase as group of words. Okay, again we cannot interchange. For we cannot write somewhere, bring some, we cannot write somewhere, some book we cannot write somewhere, so it should be in order. Okay, then it gives complete sense. So that's why this we can call it as phrase. Okay, so here market, market is complement because it answers to the question where, so that's why it is a complement. Complement is a word which helps to complete the meaning in sentence. So he went for bringing some books, he went to market for bringing some books. That means it helps to complete what I can call it helps to complete it helps to give complete meaning in a sentence. That's why. So next pattern. So like this we can say number of examples. So let us go and learn with the pattern number 6. So pattern number 6, subject, verb, object, complement and complement 2. So maybe in a sentence it can contain more than 2 complements. For example, he bought some books from the market yesterday. From the market yesterday. Complement 1, complement 2 also we can use. Some books from the market. Complement 1, yesterday complement 2. Where, when it answers. That's why it is complement. Pattern 2 pattern 7 with phrase. So this is very important, my dear friends. A simple sentence can have in the beginning with phrase, then subject, verb, then complement, object or whatever it may be. So let us go and learn. Being ill. This is a phrase. He, subject, could not attend, verb, the meeting. What you can call, he could not attend the meeting. C, complement it is. So let us go and learn some examples. So life is never a bed of roses. So man struggles hard to earn money. See here, to earn money is a complement. Subject, verb, complement, this is phrase. To earn his livings. Phrase. Phrase. Life is subject, verb and phrase. Next, at the same time, in the race of money and power. In the race of money and power is the phrase, my dear friends. He gets hurt. At the same time, fears, worries, frustration, hurt is mind. Maybe a sentence can contain more than one subject, my dear friends. Fear, worries, frustration, these are all subject. So that's why this is another example, my dear friend. What makes a man? Phrase, my dear friends, is contentment. So what makes a man happy is contentment. He had no answers to my questions. Serpents move very fast. Constant illness compelled him to discontinue his study. Gardening, collecting stamps, drawing pictures, making paintings, catching fish, taking photographs, etc. are the examples of common hobbies. So this is also one of the simple sentence. From year to year, we have only subject, my dear friends. Or is the verb. This is object or complement, my dear friends. So like this, the temporary sheds and stalls for the sellers. Up to year. This is a phrase, my dear friend. Phrase is a group of words. I already told you, my dear friends. So that's why this is also a simple sentence. So we have understood the detailed information about a simple sentence. So let us go and learn what is a complex sentence in detail. A complex sentence is made up of an independent clause or one or more dependent clauses connected to it. See, my dear friends, a complex sentence is made up of one independent clause. There must be one independent clause. At the same time, one or more dependent clauses connected to it. One independent clause should be there. Apart from that, one or more dependent clauses should be connected to it. So this is what a complex sentence. A dependent clause is similar to an independent clause. So a dependent clause also, so you can ask what is a dependent clause and what is an independent clause. So here dependent clause is similar to an independent, it's also like an independent clause because it also must have subject and verb and what I can call other things should have. At the same time independent clause also should have. So but the difference is it lacks one of the elements that would make it a complete sentence. So but in that sentence in a dependent clause one of the things is lacked to give a complete sentence, to make it a complete sentence. So that is the only difference. So let us go and learn through the formula, my dear friends. Formula of a simple sentence. See, my dear friends, formula of a simple sentence, a complex sentence is it should have one main clause. Main clause is also called it as independent clause, and it also call it as principal clause or main clause. So what is that main clause? I already told you independent clause or main clause is nothing but same a simple sentence with or without phrase, subject, verb, object, complement, with or without phrase is the main clause, my dear friends. So at the same time it should be joined with a subordinate clause. So what is a subordinate clause? A subordinate clause must always begin with a subordinate conjunction. Then it has almost all the same as independent clause, that is with or without phrase, subject, verb, object, complement, with or without phrase. This is the formula of a complex sentence. At the same time, see, a subordinate, what you can call in complex sentence, a subordinate conjunction, a subordinate clause can be placed in the beginning of the sentence. See here, subordinate conjunction with or without same, at the same time you can place at the end. But when you begin with a subordinate conjunction or when you place subordinate clause in the beginning of a sentence, so you must put a comma at the end. So that means at the end of the subordinate clause then you use main clause. But here you need not put any comma here. You need not put any comma here, my dear friends. So when you use main clause in the beginning, then subordinate clause in the end, at that time no need to put any comma, my dear friends. These are the two patterns. So let us go and learn the examples. So anyhow we have learnt already what you can call or simple independent clause and main clause. So no need to learn different patterns, same patterns we can go. Here are some examples. He comes to school whenever he likes. He, see my dear friends, he comes to school whenever is the subordinate clause, he likes is the what I can call simple sentence. I will be happy if you score more. I will be happy is the independent clause if you score more. If you score more, then what? It demands some other information. So that's why this is what? This is a dependent clause. So I will be happy is a independent clause. It's an independent clause because it stands on its own. It gives independent meaning. When he listened to his parents, see my dear friends, here subordinate conjunction is when he listened to his parents. When he listened to his parents, then a comma is needed. He changed his behavior. Next, like this, though he is a poor man, he is very happy. He is very happy. Gives independent, what I can call independent meaning. It can stand on its own. But though he is a poor, then what? It demands, this sentence demands some information. So that's why this is dependent clause or subordinating clause. This is independent clause. So that's why there are two clauses. That's why this is a subordinate conjunction, my dear. A complex sentence, my dear friends. So like this, unless he works hard. Unless he works hard. Subordinate conjunction, subordinate or a dependent clause, he will fail in the exam is the what? This is the independent clause. One dependent, one independent. So one subordinate, one main clause. That's why this is a complex sentence. So here also, Wait here. Subordinate. Wait here. Till I come. Wait here is the independent clause. Till is the subordinate conjunction. I come is the subordinate clause or dependent clause. So that's why this is also a complex sentence, my dear friends. As soon as the teacher comes, then what? All the students stand up. All the students stand up can be a independent meaning. But as soon as the teacher comes, then it demands to give complete sense or complete meaning. It demands some other information to complete meaning. So that's why this is dependent clause. This is independent clause. Always you must understand, every dependent clause should begin with subordinate conjunction. So as soon as, unless, though, these are all subordinate conjunctions, my dear friends. So like this, while they were walking on the road, they saw a lion. The teacher punished him because he did not complete the work. So he said that he was a busy man. These are some important examples, my dear friends. So let us go and learn what are compound sentences. Here, what are compound sentences? Compound sentences refer to a sentence made up of two independent clauses. Complex is one independent, one dependent. Compound is two independent clauses connected to one another with a coordinate conjunction. So what are the coordinate conjunctions? So you might have learned in conjunctions. So coordinating conjunctions we have learned. Fanboys are the important coordinate conjunctions. Fan stands for A for and, N for nor, B for boy, O for or, Y for it, S for so. These are the coordinating conjunctions. Two independent clauses connected with what you can call coordinating conjunctions. Then that sentence we can call it as compound sentence. See, formula is independent clause. There must be two independent clause. Independent clause is nothing but one simple sentence you can understand, my dear friends, without depending on others. It gives complete sense or meaning. That sentence we can call it as independent clause. Same formula. Again, it should be connected by coordinating conjunction. At the same time, another independent clause should be there. So this is the formula of a compound sentence. So here you can see, my dear friends, some examples. Raju reached the railway station, but the train was late. Raju reached the railway station early, but the train was late. So about this coordinating conjunction, where do we use coordinating conjunction? We have already learnt in conjunction part 2 of my video. See, but is used for contrasting ideas. She got up at 6 o'clock and finished her breakfast at 7 o'clock, 7:30 or whatever it may be. Here what happens, and is used for additional informations or similar ideas or additional informations we use. So at the same time, they practiced hard for they wanted to win for reasons or purpose. Why did they practice hard? Because they wanted to win the match. So here for is the what you can call coordinating conjunction. They practiced hard. It can give a complete meaning. They wanted to win the match. That also can give complete meaning. These two complete meaning, these two independent clauses are connected by for is a compound sentence, my dear friends. So like this, he studied hard, so he got first class. Studied hard, complete, he got first class, connected by so. Work hard or you fail, or complete sentence. Independent, one independent, one independent, one independent, one independent. These two are connected with what you can call coordinating conjunctions. So these are some examples of what you can call these sentences, compound sentences. My dear friends, in the next video, we are going to learn how to transform from simple to complex or other things we are going to learn in the next video. Thank you for watching this video, my dear friends.